Hello guys. So today I'll be talking about best position to increase your chances of getting pregnant. Are you married and for some years now you have not been pregnant? Are you actively and intentionally trying to conceive? So come close. This video will help you. So let's talk about sexual position that increases your chances of getting pregnant. Okay, this sexual position is any position that allows ejaculation, that allows deeper penetration. Any sexual position that allow penetration closer to the cervix, and then ejaculation closer to the cervix, because when the sperms are ejaculated closer to the cervix, it will help to reduce the distance that this sperm have to travel before getting to the cervix, thereby increasing your chances of getting pregnant. You know that after ejaculation, that so many sperms are being ejaculated, and it's not all these sperm that are healthy. Some may be healthy, some may be very very fragile, while some may not be healthy. So when this ejaculation happens, the healthiest sperm will try to travel to the cervix, then to the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg. Then imagine if the sperm were not ejaculated closer to the cervix, what will happen? Maybe before the sperm will be able to get to the cervix, it may have died off, it may be tired, you know, it may have exhausted all its strength. So you can talk about any sexual position, for example missionary journey, doggy, especially doggy, cowgirl. These are the position that I know, even some other position that helps deeper penetration, so that the sperm will be ejaculated closer to the cervix, thereby reducing the work that this sperm have to do. Now let's talk about the sperm. The sperm is actually the one that swims to the cervix, to the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg, and not the semen. You know, some women, they will be like, after having sexual intercourse, that the sperm used to still, drop out or leak out from their vagina. That is not the sperm that you are seeing. You're just seeing the semen. The semen is just the fluid or the liquid that contains the sperm, and also helps it to swim faster. You can imagine the sperm coming out without any fluid. It will not be able to, travel to the cervix. So that semen you are seeing just contains the sperm inside of it. And when the sperm travel to the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg, the semen will have to just, leak out from the vagina. So it is 100% normal when the semen leak out of the vagina. Even some of the sperm, because we only need one sperm, it's just one sperm for fertilization to take place. We don't necessarily need two or three, it's just one sperm that we need. So and you know that men, they ejaculate millions and millions and thousands of sperm. You don't expect all the sperm to, go fertilize the egg. So after one has already gone to fertilize the egg, the remaining ones will just leak out of the vagina, and that is it. That is very healthy. So let's now talk about fertilization. How does fertilization occur? Fertilization occur when these sperm have traveled to the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg. And How can this egg be available? This egg can only be available during your fertile period. There is this, I always talk about ovulation. You must ovulate for you to release this egg during your fertile period. Okay, maybe you don't know when and how to calculate your ovulation. Ovulation is calculated if you have 28 days cycle length. Okay, let me assume that you don't know how to calculate your cycle length. Anytime when you see your period, the very first day that you see your period, count it as one. The second day, count it as two. The third day, count it as three. The fourth day, count it as four. The menses, the flow may stop at the fourth day or the fifth day, but just keep counting even after the menstrual flow. Keep counting until a day before the next menstrual flow. Count it together. How many days is it? Is it 30 days? Is it 28 days? Is it 26 days? Is it 32 days? When you must have counted and then you know your cycle length. Let me assume that the cycle length is 28 days. Then how to know the day you ovulate is by dividing this cycle length by 2, but the most accurate way to do it is by minusing 14 days from the total day, from the cycle length. Minus 14 days. These 14 days are your luteal period, the luteal phase. So when you minus 14 days, the very number you will get, let me say for example 28 days cycle length, and you minus 14 days from 28, you will get 14. That is to say that on the 14th day of your cycle length, you will most likely ovulate. On the 14th day, it's not like it must be on the 14th day. You may ovulate 2 days before the 14th day, or 2 days after the 14th day. But those days within that 14th day, 2 days and 2 days before and 2 days after, are your fertile period. Also, because sperm can survive in women body for about 5 days, I don't mean that it must surely survive for 5 days, but it may survive up to 5 days. Then you can include 5 days before that 14th day, and then 2 days after that 14th day. Because if you should have sex 5 days before the 14th day and the sperm happens to survive for 5 days, you will still get pregnant. Okay, so that is that for people having 28 days cycle length. Maybe you have 26 days cycle length. Do the same mathematics. Minus 14 days from that 26 days, and you have 12 days. So the 12th day, that 12th day, from the day you start seeing your menses, count it down to the 12th day. So that 12th day is the day that you most likely ovulate, or 2 days before the 12th day, or 2 days after the 12th day. So if you make sure that you are actively having sex during this period, but just take a chill pill, calm down while you have this sexual intercourse with your partner. Make sure you enjoy the process. Reduce the way you carry that pregnancy in your mind, because it will in one way or the other affect your fertility, affect your ability to conceive. But when you just put your mind in having the pleasure, put your mind in having intercourse with your partner, enjoying the process, you will likely see that when you least expected it, you will get pregnant. If you have 32 days cycle length, just minus 14 days from it. The remaining number of the days is the day you will most likely ovulate. And then make sure you are actively having sex. Make sure you are intentional about it. Don't just, so the another question now is, how many days should I have sexual intercourse? How many times? Sometimes some people will be like, have sexual intercourse 10 times a day. No, you don't necessarily need to have sexual intercourse 10 times a day before you can get pregnant. If you're actively trying to conceive and then you are in your fertile window for about 5 days, that fertile window, 5 days of your fertile window, what you should do is that make sure you have sex 2 days or once every day. If possible, try to have sex once every day within that your fertile window. It will increase your chances of getting pregnant. Maybe the sperm the first day could not reach to the cervix before it dies off. The second day, if you still have sex the second day, because the sperm can survive for 5 days in your body, the second day, if you have sex using this position that I've mentioned before, any position that will help the ejaculation to be closer to the cervix, using this position, it will increase your chances of getting pregnant. You may be lucky that second day that the sperm will be ejaculated closer to the cervix. Then the sperm will be able to swim to the cervix, then to the fallopian tube to fertilize the egg. Or if just make sure you are active during those days, you are actively trying. But while trying, don't just be like, I must get pregnant today. No, just relax and enjoy the process by so doing. And also, don't forget God factor. Actually, it's God that gives children. It's not medical doctors. It's not your gynecologist. It's God that gives children. Pray to God about it, and Him that is able to do all things will do it in no distant time, when you even least expected it. Just believe that, as God has said, go into the world and multiply. As God has said, there shall be none barren in the land. As God has made all these promises and He said His word can never go out without doing what it was sent to do. Believe in your heart. Do your normal thing and believe that God will do it. God will do it. I wish you luck. Thank you. Please give this video a thumbs up, like this video and subscribe. Bye bye.